Hey, this is James, Yonder Outdoors. I got this Recurve a while back, and the only problem with it is it has a gloss finish. That's just not hunter friendly. So what I want to do is camouflage it. So a little backstory on this bow is it belonged to my grandpa. He passed away and I inherited it. The string was broke. I think it was held together by like 2 strands. So I set it in the corner and kind of forgot about it. So about 2 or 3 years later, I dug it out of the corner and decided to build a string for it. And it shoots really good. It does shoot different than a stick bow, but it didn't take long to get used to it. I shot probably about 50 arrows a day. Finally got good enough I could hunt with it. But the downside was it was glossy. So I used a Scotch-Brite pad to remove the gloss, and then I used a tack rag to remove the dust. After that I started painting. The colors I used were black, brown, green, and tan. Might have been sand. Either one will work. So as you can see, it's mainly just random. No set way to do it. Just different colors in different spots. I really don't know how else to explain it. Just be as random as you can. So I mentioned this was my grandpa's bow, and Grandpa he was a hell of a hunter. He really was. He'd tag out about every year. That's 6 tags a year. He'd use them all, most years. And he worked at this fertilizer plant. This guy kept bugging him, asking him how he got to be such a good hunter, and Grandpa would never tell him. Finally one day the guy bugged him so much that Grandpa told him that, said, "You really want to know why I'm such a good hunter?" Guy said, yeah. Said, "It's because I smell like a deer." And the guy looked at him and said, "What do you mean you smell like a deer?" He said, "I smell like a deer. That's how I do it. I go out there, the deer can't smell me. They think I'm another deer. I shoot one and I bring it home." And the guy says, "How do you smell like a deer?" And Grandpa said, "Well, I can't tell you that. That's a secret. I can't tell you." The guy said, "Oh, come on, tell me. You gotta tell me now." So Grandpa reached in his pocket and pulled out this little tin can. He opened it. Said, "I eat one of these about a month before deer season starts. I start eating these, one a day." And the guy looked at it and said, "What is it?" He said, "That's deer droppings. I eat one a day." The guy looked at him and said, "No, really?" And Grandpa picks one up, pops it in his mouth, and he said, "Yeah." He picks another one up, says, "Here, you try it." The guy paused a minute, said, "All right, if you say it's okay, I'll do it." The guy pops it in his mouth, starts chewing it. Immediately gets sick. Runs outside. Starts, all over the place. And Grandpa started busting out laughing. See, what the guy didn't know was Grandpa had that little tin can divided. One side was deer droppings, the other side was jelly beans. Needless to say, that guy didn't bother him again. Now that is a true story. I've heard it from several different people that worked with him that was there that day. And yes, that story describes my grandpa to a T. He loved pulling people's legs. I'll tell you another one. He had came home from hunting one day and he had a cut on his leg, about calf level. So when he got home, there was somebody there that was visiting with Grandma. She seen his leg, asked what had happened. He said, well, I was out there walking my tree stand. I heard a gunshot, and it hit right next to me. About that time I turned around, see this guy had his gun pointed at me. He shot at me again, and that bullet hit me right, just scraped my calf. So I turned around and I pulled my gun up and I shot that guy and he just rolled. She said, you just left him there? You didn't call the cops or nothing? He said, well, hell no. To hell with that guy. He said, I just put him in a shallow grave and nobody will find him. That lady turned about 3 shades of gray. Finally, Grandpa said, no, that didn't really happen. So what happened was, I was walking to my stand. I kept hearing something behind me. I turned around. I didn't see nothing. Walked a little bit further and heard it again. About that time, I felt something bite my leg. Turned around, and it was a damn coyote. Well, I reared back, and I kicked that son of a bitch as hard as I could. Ran off yelping. And I pulled my gun up, and I got off about 3 shots, but I never did get it. She said, George, you're a lying SOB. He said, yes, I am. I cut it when I was crossing the fence a while ago. Well, here it is. It took probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to completely redo the bow. I don't think it turned out too bad. It does blend in really well with the surroundings, but you'll see that here in a minute. I guess the most important thing about doing camouflage like this is stay away from shapes. And what I mean by that is, don't try to paint a particular shape. Just put on paint. That's all you're doing, is putting on paint in different spots with different colors. The shapes will come later. They will form themselves. That's the best way to do camo. Because when you try to make it look like camo is when it doesn't look like camo. All right. Are you ready? Let's play Find the Bow. Now, I've hidden the bow somewhere in this video. The camera's probably 30 to 40 feet away. So, if you do find the bow, before I zoom in, very important, before I zoom in, let me know in the comments below. And I'd also like to hear your thoughts on the camouflage, and even the stories about my grandpa. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a nice day. Well, don't a doggone